Welcome back to DUBBZI Bricks for another episode of Building Gotham City in Lego. In the last update, I made some amendments to the supports here. We lowered them by 1 brick, so they're now the same height as the raised platform over the back there. The subway is now working. We've got no problems with that hitting any walls now or arches, so that's all good. And we've also now got a road going at an angle, which is adding a little bit more character to the city and also looks better for the Flatiron-esque building there. Now, what I want to start off with in this update is just get a little bit of tiling done on the pavements area here and just tidy up this part of the city. It'd be nice to start bringing the city to life in one way or another, whether that's adding trees, cars, minifigures and all that sort of thing. So let's start off by getting those tiled off and then we'll turn our attention to something else. That's the pavements all sorted using the 2x2 tiles and also jumper plates. Just need to find some 6x1 and 8x1 tiles to go down the edges just there. And what I want to do now is make the template out for the next building that's going to be going here. It's going to be a rectangle, so it's going to be at an angle so it runs parallel with the pavement. So the area behind where we've got a restaurant or a bar, that's going to have a forecourt area or a seating area, which is a triangular sort of shape. I think that's going to give it just a little bit more character than if I was to build another Flatiron-esque shaped building going this way and then having that as a rectangle. So what I'm going to do first of all is make the template up for the building, or the base should I say. And then once we've done that, we're going to start to look through this bag here, which is our old Lego store, and try and integrate that into the building that's going here. And here we have our outline for the shops here. So the Lego store is almost in an L shape, but it's coming back a little bit a funny angle here. And I've used the same wedge pieces here as I've done on the road here. So this angle here and here will run parallel with both those roads. And it's a little bit of interesting shape just there. But what we're going to have is Lego store in the corner, then another shop, then Mad Hatter's hat room down the very end, or at least that's the plan at the moment. But now we've worked out the footprint for the building, let's start building the walls up and then we can put the Lego store in the end here. And here we have our strangely shaped Lego store, and really liking how it's coming along here. Not sure what I'm going to put on these brackets decoratively wise just yet. On the front here, I've used some snot bricks with cheese wedges, and that's just so that there's no gap between the door and the bricks to the side there. It's worked out perfectly. Need to find some more of these red brackets and some red tiles and some Lego stickers, as I would like to have Lego written on here and also above the front door. Inside, we've got the picker brick, we've got the Lego sets. They're actually, the shelves are built into the wall. I thought it would look better than having the tiles just stuck on the side like we've got over this side. So I do need to modify that wall there. And we have got a couple of displays in the window, and I will make a couple more to go around this side just here. Got a doorway here, which leads to the storeroom, which is very, very small, so you're not going to have much storage in there. And we got the back door here for deliveries. And I'm going to put a camera up there. As this is Gotham, you don't know what unsavoury types are in the Lego store, so we need some security in there. But all in all, really happy of how this is coming along. So let's carry on building all the details into the build. And then once I've done so, I'll check back in. Then we can make a start on the next shop down. And with the exception of a few details inside and the glass panels to go on there, we're pretty much there. I just need to get some more of the stickers that do the Lego sets to go on the tiles that will be going just there. Got the door on the storeroom, and I need to do another display to go just here. Now originally we were going to have 2 shops here and here. However, I decided I'm going to have 4, so you have 2 on this side and then 2 on the back. These shops don't need to be massively deep because you're not actually going to be looking inside from the top. They're just like facades, if anything. So I'm going to have the Hatter's hat shop in here, something else along here. Not sure what we're going to make this one just yet. But on the back, we're going to have another couple of shops. So possibly like a donut shop or a pizzeria, Chinese takeaway, something like that. Because there's going to be another structure along here, which is going to be restaurants and bars, I thought it'd be better to have something along here rather than just a plain wall. So let's just carry on building the actual walls up ready for the shops and the details, and I'll check back in once we've done so. And that's the next building all built up, and I've decided to make this one a vet. So I came across this glass panel and I thought I might as well use that one up there. And I will put a plate on the bottom here and tile over it with probably the sand blue again, just to give it a little bit more light. But I quite like the idea of having a black shop front on there, and also I'd like to write vets or something along the very top there in some kind of sign writing. But there we have the 3 shops. So let's move that over to the city and just see how it's looking so far. And there we have the 3 shops all in place, and really liking how it's starting to look there. Once I've tiled all these details off on here, I think it's going to be a lot better. And also just putting a couple of trees along the pavement areas where will certainly start to bring this part of Gotham to life. Now, I'm not going to make this a modular building. I don't think there's any necessity to do so. I think it'd be a lot easier if I just plate off the top and then carry on building the next floor up. So that's what I think I will be doing in the next update. I need to find all of the pieces out to do the interiors of these. It's not going to be a massive amount of details, like there's just going to be a waiting room in this part and then a table in the back there with a dog on or a cat or something where the vet's going to be examining it. In here we just need to put some hats, etc. for Mad Hatter. And on the back here we'll be just having a burger bar or something like that. So again, we'll just get that all sorted out in the next update. So what I'm going to concentrate on now is get the shop front done for that one just there, and then we'll start tidying up this area behind here so we lose the multicolour filler plate. And there's the area all tiled off. We've added a couple of trees just to give a little bit more colour in this area, and it's just making it nice and crowded, which is what I'm trying to achieve. And we've got plenty of jumper plates on the floor there, so there should be enough jumper plates for 3 tables and 12 chairs, 4 chairs around each table. I think that's going to look really good once that's all done. Now the structure at the back here, what I need to do is raise the snot brick up by 1 plate. That way I can tile it off and the tiles will then sit on the tiles at the bottom there. That's why you can see the filler plate at the moment, as I need to get that all sorted. Now at the moment, the railway line there is 1 brick too high. So I've got a choice of either shrinking the building by 1 brick, or I've got to modify the structure underneath the railway line there. So I've just got to work out what I think is going to be the easiest thing to do with that. Now on the back of this building here, earlier in the video, I did say there was going to be 2 shops here, or 2 restaurants or food places. However, I decided to have a vet's down this end, and I thought with a vet, you can have the waiting room and then a room at the back where the vet's carrying out any treatment or examinations. So there wasn't really room, so we've just gone for the 1 food place there, and it's going to be a takeaway of some description. So off of these 2 little clips here, we're going to have an awning that comes out, and that's going to give a little pop of colour to that. And when the shop's shut, then the awning will just close down and block off the window. So I thought that would look quite good on there. Now what I'm hoping to do in the next update is get all of the details added to these shops here. I just need to try and find out all of the pieces. Now I'm not sure what hats I've actually got for the Mad Hatter's shop there. So that's one thing I do need to work out what I'm going to be putting in there. Might have to revisit that. But as I mentioned as well earlier, I want to have this so that it's not modular. I just want to carry on plating up and building up, just so I don't have the problem of things not lining up properly. Also, where this is a funny shape, it's not the strongest. So if I can strengthen it by continually building up, then that would be the best way forward. Now down the end here, I did originally have a window on this back wall as well. However, there needs to be a way for people to get up to the flats that are going to be at the top here. So I am going to put some stairs coming up here, and then that's how people will get into the flats. And one other detail I have added to the Lego store is we've got a death slice in the window there on display. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please remember to give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content on the channel. And if you know anybody else you think would be interested in building Gotham City in Lego, if you could share the channel with them, it'd be much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for watching, bye, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.